For the important duty for the cloud
That's why Yan Ching is taking it upon himself to accompany the Trailblazers.
Exactly right. Exactly. In the version 2.4 Trailblaze continuance duel under the pristine Trailblazers will witness Yang Ching's assiduous side, his new identity, his
Starting to wear me down. You got any medicinal recommendations, Mr. Jocho?
Such a distinguished occasion surely merits the attendance of other two mace of heavenward pepper,
Of
3
course.
tails
This
of
Ginger
7-star
Yao Ching
chili,
delegation
and half
will
a
be led
caddy
by
of
none
millet
other
pepper.
than the Merlin's
Remove the
Claw,
seeds and grind
General
together with a
Fei Zhao.
splash
At
of
his side,
prickly
the
ash
2 senior
cooking water.
advisors, Zhao
Apply
Chou,
the mixture evenly
the
and rinse
Zhao
after
Chou,
20 minutes.
as well as
Finally,
Moza.
apply a layer of
For the
starch, which will
Xianzhou
induce a
Juming,
deep
me and
detoxifying
Grandpa,
sweat. Good for the mind and
General
the soul.
Hua Yan, the famous Flaming Heart, will be representatives.
be they friends from
Dr.
near or
Jocho,
far. We will
Albert's not
welcome
the
them
only
with
one
open
exhausted
arms.
around here. I
This
should
promises to be
detoxify
quite
too.
rewarding.
Well, Miss Yunli,
don't want to
start
lower
out by
your
blanching
spirits,
some
but
ingredients.
I
in
heard
the
that the Trailblazers
arrive, but make sure it utilizes plenty of. I mean, wasn't everyone fighting in the trailer?
3 Arbiter Generals in the same place at the same
I see
time.
digestion issues on the horizon.
Good sign.
Some coriander
That's not
should
all.
help with that.
Rumors are circulating through the Alliance that General
Turn that
Jingwen's
evil herb
conduct
at
during the
once.
Ambrosial Arbor crisis may have violated certain laws of the land. Could it really be that?
Oh boy, I knew where we'd get out.
Coming
It's
back
true
to
that
this
the
place
other
brings
2
back
generals
so
will
many
arrive on the
memories.
Luofu with a certain
You know,
assignment.
there you are.
Want to know the
Everyone,
details?
this way.
Then ready yourself for the upcoming Trailblaze continuance story.
Let us refrain from needless anxiety.
Your
The
presence
law
would be
food will
greatly
ensure a
appreciated.
spectacular war.
Right, geez. Right on time. The mood. Hello there. Legendary new sword master. Which one do you want to strike? Oh, get a lot of protection. She gets her own intro, right? Shattering slash.
Of course! With the war dance right around the corner,
Look at
March
how hard
couldn't help
I've been
herself.
training.
She set out on her own martial arts journey. Stay tuned.
I could take 10
We
of
got
you.
more intel on that up on the program.
The shackling
Which
prison on the
reminds
Luofu
me,
is
the
completely
war
different
dance
from the one on
ceremony
Yao
is set to
Qing.
span
It's
versions
completely
2.4
underwater.
and 2.5. The Ambrosial Arbor crisis might be in the past, but the Trailblazers
Wherever
will
crowds
continue to be
gather, there is
important witnesses
always an
to the
undercurrent
Xianzhou
beneath the surface.
ongoing story.
This separation has been difficult.
Why not have a
We've
meal
missed the
before
Trailblazers dearly. Here's hoping the Xianzhou Luofu can bring everyone new and exciting experiences.
The broth is ready. Shall we add any extra seasonings?
Add 'em all! You gotta make the most of these days. It's not every day we can catch up with the Xianzhou
If this is what they want, I'm always up for a challenge.
These pals of yours, they're all in prison?
Not all of them. Not in the traditional sense. The shackling prison is under the Ten Lords Commission Administration. It's where Shui Yi and Hanya work.
The shackling prison is where we detain criminals. It's cold, and forbidding entrance is located below the waters of Scale Gorge waterscape.
Huh? That does look creepy.
An individual must first stand trial before being escorted to their cell. For those guilty of particularly heinous crimes, we reserve special cells of biting cold or searing heat. The interrogations of Blade and Locha were conducted in just such a place.
Doesn't sound like an easy place to spring a prison break.
You can say that again. The Ten Lords Commission keeps a watchful eye, and the routes to the cells are tangled webs filled with carefully designed mechanisms. Those seeking access must first overcome innumerable tests of fortitude.
It would appear the shackling prison is the haunt of wolf-like monsters. Borison?
That's right. The Borison are ruthless beyond measure, infamous for their inborn moon
Ming
rage.
delegate.
Upon entering battle, the
Xianzhou
Borison
Yao Qing
share
delegates
stacks of bloodlust. When bloodlust
Xianzhou
reaches a
Luofu
certain number
delegate
of stacks, they enter
Good
the
morning.
moon rage.
Good afternoon. And good evening.
Watch your step,
all our
Trailblazers.
viewers far
What happened to
wide.
catching up
Welcome
with
to
pals?
the version 2.4. I'm sure Shui Yi and Hanya would love you to go and express your, as always, your
Your
sympathies.
Evian buddy
Anyway,
Albert's here
with
to
the
guide
new
you
map
through.
out of the way,
I
It's time we talked about our
I'm
new
Elite,
friends from the
a
June
sword
Ling
master
and
from the
Yao
Zooming.
Starting
And I'm Jiao
with
Cho.
the gifted young
I may
girl,
have the appearance of a
Yun
chef,
Li.
but I'm actually a healer.
Greetings, everyone. It's been a while. I trust you're well.
A pleasure to have you three in the studio. Now, the Benekune vacation has drawn to a close, and the crew of the Astral Express is bound for a familiar destination. The Xianzhou Laofu! Which is precisely why this program has invited Xianzhou friends, old and new, to welcome trailblazers back to an old stomping ground. Speaking of which, General Genuine, isn't this your first
I'm
time
from
on
the
the special
Xianzhou Zooming,
program?
a
It
ship
is
known
indeed,
for its
Mr.
unrivaled
Albert, and
craftsmanship.
I am
As
deeply
the records
honored.
show, some
Had I known of your
60 or
program's culinary
70% of
delights, I
all
would
the
never
Xianzhou's
have
armory
delayed.
comes from the artisans of the Zooming.
Bon
Ever
appetit,
since I was
General.
little, I've studied
hate to
sword
be
mastery
so-
and weapons
Our
forging
catering
with my
causes
grandpa.
this episode were
I mean,
spicy.
the
If you'd
flaming
like to leave a
heart.
tip,
Quiet.
we'd be extremely.
Grandpa's
Wait
always
a
been
minute.
nice to me. What's this hot pot got to do with you
Miss
anyway?
Yoon Lee is a talented young lady fascinated with swords. She sees
Well,
renowned
I'm a
swords
hot
as
pot
treasures.
enthusiast,
Some
after
say
all.
she can even
Where I
communicate
go,
with them
the
directly.
spice follows.
To her,
Your
swords are more
illustrious
honest than
presence
people.
is payment
She
enough,
lives
dear
by the
friends.
phrase,
Dinner's
swords
on
make
me.
acquaintances. What a
Fighting makes
gentleman!
Oh?
Your
It so
delicious
happens that on the
morality
Law Fu
will
there is an
not be
able
forgotten,
young
good
man
sir.
with a similar love
Let's cut
of
to
the
the
sword.
chase already.
I have a feeling you
anyway.
two
It's
might
like
get
this.
along.
You mean
I assume
Yenshin?
you all
He doesn't
received
know
an
the
invitation
first
from
thing
the
about
Seat of
swords.
Divine
He
Foresight,
collects them like they're
welcoming
going
you
out
to
of
the
fashion,
Luminary
then
War
never
Dance.
uses them. Yep. It's a martial arts
hear
ceremony.
those
blades crying from
Competitors
here. Battle it out in a flash
Seems
of
like
swords.
you guys don't
All
share
for the title
everything in
of
common.
sword champion. And not
As
to
a matter
mention,
of fact,
see the giant
the
sword
War
I
Dance
use?
is a festival
Forged it
commemorating the
myself.
Rainbow Arbiter and the
be
Cloud
complete,
Knight's triumphant
already
resistance
stronger
against the
than anything out
abominations of
there.
abundance.
Weapons of this
As you know,
caliber
the
usually
Law
get their
Fu's
own
Ambrosial
name.
Arbor crisis was only
What do you
recently
call 'em?
resolved.
Not bad feathers.
Now is the time to
Finally,
regroup and
someone
raise
who
our
understands
spirits.
swords.
Which is why we have
think I have a
chosen this
unique
moment to
name for the
convene the War
ages.
Dance.
Oh,
It is
meh.
also for this reason that the title of Sword Champion
It
will not
has
be
a
decided
ring
in this
about it.
ceremony.
I
It
like
won't?
it too.
Me and
If
old
your
Metal
master
have a deep
Yenching will be
connection.
bitterly
Every
disappointed.
time I get
Fear
into
not,
a
Mr. Jiao
scrap,
Cho.
I ask
This
old
war
Metal,
dance isn't
which
only a
one do
morale.
you want to strike?
It's also an
Old Metal
invitation
usually
to
says
allies
something
and
like,
friends, a
"Let's
display
start
of
here
peace,
and
and an
end
important
there."
duty for the
To
Cloud
which I
Knights.
reply,
That's why Yan Jing has taken it upon
all of
himself to accompany the
All right.
Trailblazers for the duration.
Exactly Metal's
right.
adorable manner
And version
belies his
2.4
formidable
Trailblaze
stature.
Continuance mission.
Yunli might be
Finest
young,
duel
but
under
she's
the pristine
confident
blue
and
one.
unafraid to speak her mind.
Trailblazers will witness
time we took a look
Yenching's
at her
assiduous
skills
side
on the back.
and his
as a
new
physical
identity.
type character
I get
following
it.
the path of
One
destruction, not
Gentle
enough.
persuasion
our help.
isn't right.
Really my
Such a
style.
distinguished
When using
occasion
my skill,
surely
I
merits the
restore my
attendance of
own
other
HP
esteemed
while dealing
guests.
physical damage to a
course.
single
The
target
Xianzhou Yaoqing
and
delegation
adjacent
will be
enemies.
led by none
What really
other
sets
than the
Yun Li apart
Merlin's
in
Claw,
combat is the
General
way she
Beijao.
counters the enemy.
At her side,
When attacked,
two
she
senior
immediately launches
advisors,
a counter
Jiao
on the
Cho,
attacker,
the
dealing damage to the
Jiao Cho,
target and
as
adjacent
well as
enemies.
Mozart.
There's a grudge
As
and
for the
knows friend
Xianzhou
from
Juming,
foe.
me
She
and
doesn't
Grandpa,
mess around.
you gotta use the enemy's
General
strength
Huai
against
Yan.
them. The famous
using my
flaming heart.
ultimate,
I acquired the parry
representative.
stace, which
Be they
allows
friends
me to
from
sustain
near or
lower
far,
damage and
we will
taunt all
welcome
enemies.
them with
In
open
addition,
arms.
my ordinary counter
This
is upgraded
promises
to
to be quite the
powerful
war
counter,
dance.
which deals
I
higher
don't want
damage.
to lower your spirits, but
You
I heard
seem
that
well
the
versed in the
Trailblazers'
art of the
arrival
counter.
doesn't always
One
coincide
assumes
with a
that surprise
happy...
attacks during exploration
I
aren't
mean,
a concern
wasn't
for you.
everyone fighting in the
Nope.
trailer?
When using my
Arbiter
technique,
generals
I
in
obtain
the
a
same
special
place
effect
at the
for a
same
set duration.
time.
If an enemy launches an
good
attack
sign.
during that duration, the
That's
attack
not
is
all.
blocked. And upon
Rumors are
entering
circulating
battle,
through
I
the
launch a
Alliance that
powerful
General
counter
Jingyuan's
on a
conduct
random
during
enemy.
the Ambrosial Arbor
You hardly
crisis
regained your footing.
may have
The girl
violated
with a
certain
giant
laws of the
blade
land.
comes right and straight for
Could
you.
it really be that?
This reminds me. In version 2.4, it's true that the other two generals will arrive on the Laofu with companion assignments. Granddad and granddaughter arrive on the
ready
Laofu
yourself
from
for
the
the upcoming
upcoming
Trailblaze
Continuance
Continuance
stars.
stars.
Much
Let us
sought after
refrain
among
from
the
needless
war dance
anxiety.
competitors.
The Law Fu
Press
will
something else too?
ensure a
Let's see.
spectacular war dance.
Right, jeez, let's
Save
play
that for
the mood.
another time, shall we?
Now remember, Albert, the prize is for the
Legendary
war
new
dance
sword
champion,
master apprentice.
not the
She's
host.
been getting a
So
lot of
if Yun
attention.
Li is
She
also
gets her
set
own
to
intro,
compete,
right?
And were she to prevail, Then
With the
wouldn't
war
the
dance right
prize
around the
return
corner,
home with her
March
to the
couldn't help
Juming?
herself. Not so
She set
fast
out on
now.
her own martial arts
Lafu
journey.
has something to say about that.
Stay tuned.
Is Juming
We
man
got
brought
more
the
intel on
prize?
that, but they
Up on
ain't
the
leaving
program.
with it.
Which reminds me.
Easy
The
now.
war dance ceremony
External
is set to
heat
span versions
needs inner
2.4
cooling, as
and
they say.
2.5. The Ambrosial
Sounds
Armor
like
Crisis
another
might be in
difficult
the past,
challenge for
but the
young Jing.
Trailblazers will continue to be important witnesses
You guys
to
sound
this
so-
Yinzhou Lafu's ongoing story. Let's
The
move on to another
separation
new
has
character,
been
shall we?
We've
Hailing
missed
from
the
Yao
Trailblazers
Jing, and soon
dearly.
be making his appearance.
Here's hoping
It's
this
military
Yinzhou Lafu
healer,
can bring
Zhao
everyone
Shou.
new and exciting experiences.
Can't wait!
Ah, the broth is ready. Shall we add any extra seasonings?
Add 'em all! We gotta make the most of the occasion. It's not every day we get to catch up with the Yinzhou pals. And speaking of pals, version 2.4 will be introducing a brand new map, the Shackling Prison.
These pals of yours, they're all in prison?
Not all of
The
them.
Yao Qing's
Not in the
illustrious
traditional
healer.
The Shackling Prison is
I've
under the
heard
Ten
much
Lords
about
Commission
you.
Administration.
You're too kind,
It's where
General.
Shui Yi and Han
My
work.
visit to
The
the Lafu
shackling
is
prison
only
is
in
where
aid
we
of keeping
detain
a promise.
criminals.
You owe someone
It's cold,
a tasty
and forbidding entrance is
Well,
located below
Taste
the
is
waters of
secondary
Scale
to
Gorge
nutrition,
waterscape.
Miss
Huh?
Yunli.
I'm curious, Mr.
Does
Zhao
look
Chou.
creepy.
Under what circumstances
individual
would
must
you
first stand
usually
trial
open
before
your
being
eyes? Escorted to their cell. Forgive me, but for those guilty of
Your beef
particularly
is
heinous
overcooked.
crimes, you reserve special cells of biting cold or searing.
Well, seems
The
like
interrogations of Blade and Lo Chao
open.
were conducted in just
But
such
I
a
digress.
place.
Mr. Zhao Chou, why don't you
Doesn't sound
introduce
like
yourself
an easy
a little more?
place
Well,
to
I
spring
am
a prison
employed
break.
as a military
You can say
healer
that
to
again.
the Yao Qing's
The Ten
General
Lords
Fei Xiao.
Commission keeps
You
a
could consider me
watchful
one of
eye,
her
and the routes to the
retainers.
cells are
I'm
tangled
accompanying the
webs
general to the
filled with
Xianzhou
carefully
Lafu
designed
for this war
mechanisms.
dance ceremony.
Those seeking access must
so
first overcome
what are all the broths and
innumerable tests of
ingredients then?
fortitude.
Well, you see,
It would
Miss
appear the
Yunli,
shackling
I
prison is the
believe
haunt
in
of
culinary
wolf-like monsters.
medicine. The notion that we are what we eat.
Borison?
The arts of cooking
right.
and healing
The
are one and
Borison
the
are
same.
ruthless
Which is
beyond
why I
measure.
spend so much
Infamous
time
for their
delving
inborn
into
moon
the
rage.
spicy
Upon entering
miracles
battle,
of
the
medicinal
Borison
cuisine.
share
A
stacks
meal
of
is not
bloodlust.
simply a
When
merry
bloodlust
occasion,
reaches a certain
but an
number of stacks,
opportunity
you
for
enter
food to
the
work
moon
quiet
rage state
wonders for our
and become
biological
enhanced.
systems.
Ooh, watch your step, Trailblazer.
Isn't that beautiful?
Why happen to catching up the pot into 9 sections if you're gonna eat from
I'm
all
sure
of them?
Shui Yi and Hanya would love you to go and
I am a
express
self-confessed chow hound, Miss
your
Yunli.
sympathies. Anyway, with the new map out
And
of
then I
the way,
leave.
it's
You
time
ain't
we
going
talk about
anywhere
our new
yet,
plans for the
Doctor.
Zhuming and the Yao Qing.
Delicacies aside.
Started. Let's
with
talk
the
some more
gifted
about
young
that
girl,
Before you
Yunli.
came under General Fei Xiao's command, you were well known in the Xianzhou Yao Qing's Alchemy Commission. You went on to cut your teeth as a military healer with the Cloud Knights on campaigns for the hunt. I heard you decided to retire, only returning to service at the personal request of the Cauldron Master.
Some people prefer work to leisure, I suppose.
Well, I am fortunate enough to be respected for my craft. Some even go so far as to deem me a miracle cure.
As General Fei Xiao's strategist, Zhao
I'm
Chou
from the
applies his
Xianzhou
taste for
Juming,
spice
a
to
ship
battlefield
known for its
tactics.
unrivaled
Combat
craftsmanship.
is a bubbling
the records
broth,
show,
with each
some
side
60 or
occupying one
70%
half of
all
Yunyang
the
Hot Pot.
Xianzhou's armory
Indeed.
comes from the artisans of
Battles
the
are
Juming.
marked by myriad
Ever
changes,
since I was little, I've
constantly
studied sword
evolving
mastery
in
and
a dance
weapons
of yin
forging with my
and
grandpa.
yang.
I mean,
Well said,
the
General.
They
flaming
say
heart.
foxes are
Quiet.
cunning creatures. Seems
Grandpa's
like Mr. Zhao
always
Chou
been
is
nice to
no
me.
exception.
He loves me, you
I think
know?
it's time we took
Miss
a look at what
Yunli
our
is a
delicious
talented
doctor
young lady
can do
fascinated
on
with
the
swords.
battlefields. She
Well,
sees
about
renowned swords
time.
as treasures.
I am a
Some say
fire-type
she can
character
even
on the
communicate
path
with
of
them
nihility.
directly.
When using my technique
her,
during
swords are
exploration,
more
I
honest
create a
than people.
special
She lives
dimension.
by the phrase.
After entering battle
"Swords
with an
make
enemy within the
acquaintances,
dimension,
fighting
I
makes
inflict them with
friends."
fire
Oh?
damage. And there's a possibility
It so
of following
happens
up
that on
with
the
a stack
Lafu
of
there is an
ashen
able
roast
young man
debuff.
with a
So,
similar love
we're
of the
cooking
sword.
the enemy
I
alive?
have a feeling you two might
Ashen
get
Roast
along.
turns
You
up the
mean
heat by
Yanxing?
causing enemies to
Doesn't know the
sustain
first thing
greater
about
damage.
swords.
Any attack that
collects
Zhao
them
Chou
like they're
lands on
going
an
out of
enemy
fashion,
has a chance
and
of
never
inflicting
uses them.
Ashen Roast.
Indeed.
I can hear those
Case in
blades
point,
crying
if I
from
were to
here.
use my skill to deal blast damage,
Seems like you
there would be a
guys don't
chance of
share
simultaneously
everything in
inflicting a stack of ashen roast on
Not
the
to
target.
mention, see the
Did
giant
you
sword
just
I use?
throw
forged in myself.
spices into the
He might not be
battlefield?
Sharp
complete,
eyes,
but he's
General.
already
After launching my
stronger
ultimate, the
than anything
battlefield
out there.
becomes an
Weapons
enormous
of this
yuan-yang
caliber
hot
usually
pot.
get their own
The
name.
enemies are trapped in a
do you
searing
call 'em?
broth,
Not
which
bad
inflicts
feathers.
damage on each
Finally,
and every
someone
one.
who understands
At the same
swords.
time,
I
the
gave
effects of
him a
ash and
unique
roast
name
are
for the
compounded for
ages.
enemies inflicted
Oh,
with the debuff.
metal.
In line with the current highest number of
It
stacks.
has a ring
Immediately after,
about it.
a field
like it
appears,
too.
which lasts for a set
Me and
number
old
of
metal
turns.
have a deep connection. All these every time I get to a scrap, I ask old metal again. Which one do you want to strike? This field old metal exactly says something
Enemies
like,
within the field
"Let's
sustain
start
greater
here
ultimate
and
damage.
end there."
And during
To
their
which I
action, there is a
reply,
chance they will be
"Oh,
inflicted by
all
a
of them?
stack of ash and
right.
roast.
Oh, it would follow that if
Old
for
Metal's
example,
adorable manner
Acheron
belies
belies his formidable
you would be able to
stature.
help her
Yunli
acquire
might be
ultimate
young,
charges more
but she's
quickly.
confident and unafraid to
Absolutely
speak her
right.
mind. Each
Nice
time
of
we
you
took a
to
look at her
invite the enemy
skills,
to dinner before showing them the door. As a physical
The
type
last meal
character,
they'll ever
following the path of
experience.
destruction,
word of advice.
gentle
Order out next
persuasion
time,
isn't
fellas.
really my style. When using my
we've
skill,
got to know
I
new
restore
friends
my
from both
own
the
HP
Zhuming
while
and
dealing
the
physical
Yaojing.
damage to a single
This turn I
target
gave to the
and
version
adjacent
2.4
enemies.
Banner
really
info.
sets Yunli apart.
In
In
version
version
2.4's
2.4's
first
first
half
half
warp
warp
event,
event,
enemy.
Trailblazers
When
can
attacked,
acquire
she
the limited
immediately launches a
five-star
counter
character
on the
Yunli,
attacker,
dealing
as well
damage to
as
the
the
target
limited five-star
and adjacent
character.
enemies.
There's a grudge
The limited
and
five-star
knows
light
friend
cones
from foe.
dance at sunset
She doesn't mess
and
around.
Night of Fright.
You gotta
will
use
be
the enemy's strength against them. Human's best After using
friend.
my ultimate, I acquire
You
the
certainly
parry
have a
stick,
cat-like
which allows
energy
me
to
to
you, Miss
sustain
Yunli.
lower damage and
Let's move
taunt all
swiftly on
enemies.
to this
In
version's
addition,
second half warp
my
event,
ordinary
which
counter is
boosts limited
upgraded
five-star
to powerful
characters, Zhao
counter,
Zhou,
which deals higher
and Mass
damage.
Fool Sparkle. In addition,
You seem
the
well
drop rates
versed
for
in
the
the
limited
art of the
five-star light
counter.
cones,
One
those mini
assumes that
springs,
surprise
and
attacks
earthly
during
escapades
exploration
will be
aren't a concern for you.
Nope. Another using my technique, moment for I obtain a special effect
Moments
for a set
spent in
duration.
the cool
If an
shade of an
enemy
old
launches an
tree
attack
should be
during
used
that
for
duration,
admiring the
the attack is
surrounding
blocked.
scenery.
And
Couldn't
upon
agree
entering
more.
battle, I launch a
And almost forgot.
powerful
The
counter
version
on a random
2.4
enemy.
warp banner will feature a part of the beginning
your
base
footing
on the
when a
four-star light
girl
cone.
with a giant blade comes running
Poised
straight
to
for
boom.
you.
She has the presence of a true
reminds me,
swordmaster.
In version 2.4, Trailblazers
Someone's
will
been taking their
experience
training
the Sword to
seriously.
Plowshare's companion mission. Granddad
Without
and
further ado,
granddaughter
let's take a
arrive on the
closer
law
look at the
food from the
fruits of Mark
Zhuming,
7's journey
bringing with
as
them
a
a
sword
prize
master
much sought
apprentice.
after among the war dance competitors. Wait, you brought something else too? Let's see. Let's save that for another time, shall we?
Now remember, Albert, the prize is for the War Dance champion, not the host.
So, if Yunli is also set to compete, and were she to prevail, then wouldn't the prize return home with her to the Zhuming?
Not so fast now. Lafu has something to say about that.
On returning to the Xianzhou, but
March
they ain't
7th
leaving
is
with it.
brimming with excitement for the
Watch us.
upcoming war
Easy
dance,
now.
and decides to learn
External
swordplay
heat
from Masters
needs inner
Yunli
cooling,
and Yan
as they say.
Xing.
I still vividly remember instructing Yang Qing in the way of the sword. Now
You guys
he's already
sound so
passing on his knowledge to others.
Let's move on to another new
Well,
character,
time
shall we?
March 7th might be a rookie, but
and soon
she's
be
also a
making his
natural.
appearance.
It's
Her
military
master.
healer, Zhao Zhou.
Taught her the best in Zhuming swordplay. So, naturally, she's made quick progress.
Yan Qing is also March 7th's master. To deprive an inquiring mind of tuition is not in his nature.
Right you are, General.
I heard that March 7th was a bow and arrow user. Brave of her to take up the sword, and no doubt a challenge for her masters.
The
I'll
Yao
say.
Qing's illustrious
Not to mention
healer.
Yunli and Yan Qing's swordplay
I've heard
isn't
much about
exactly
you.
similar.
You're too kind, General.
Well, March
My
7th ended
visit
up
to
with
the
a
Law
weird
Fu
mix of
is only
styles.
in aid of keeping a promise.
You're overthinking. Oh, someone a tasty dedicated to the sword. You just need
Taste
to
is secondary to nutrition, Miss
Follow
Yunli.
the sword
I'm
and
curious, Mr.
victory
Zhao
will
Cho.
follow.
Under what circumstances would you
you've done a lot of
usually open your
Time to
eyes?
see March 7th swordplay in
Forgive
action.
me. March 7th, the Hunt's basic
Your
attack
beef
deals
is
imaginary damage. By using her skill, March 7th selects a teammate as master
seems
and
like
presents them with a
culinary
special
emergencies
beverage to
are
increase
pretty
their speed.
good
But I
apprentice.
As
Mr.
a
Zhao Cho,
promising young
why don't you
student,
introduce yourself
March
a little
7th has a
more?
keen
Well, I am
understanding
employed
of a
as
master's
a
style.
military healer
When her
to
master
the Yao
launches an
Qing's
attack
General
or
Fei Xiao.
ultimate,
You
March
could consider
7th
me one of
acquires
her
charges.
retainers.
When charges
I'm
reach a set
accompanying
number
the
of
general
stacks,
to the
she
Xianzhou Law Fu
immediately
for
takes
this war
action
dance
again and
ceremony.
obtains an enhanced basic
So,
attack. Her enhanced
the
basic
broths
attack
and
deals set
ingredients
hits of
Well, you
damage
see,
to a target
Miss
enemy,
Yun-Li, I
with a
believe
chance
in
of dealing
culinary
further hits.
medicine. The
Just
notion
a
that
chance?
we are what we eat.
She's
The
a
arts of
rookie,
cooking
remember?
and healing
Her
are one
moves
and the
might be a
same,
little
which is
rusty,
why
but
I
they
spend
can
so much
surprise
time
you all the
delving
same.
into the spicy
Depending on her
miracles
master's
of
path, her
medicinal
specific
cuisine.
attacks
A meal is not
possess
simply a
additional
merry
effects.
occasion,
That's right.
but an opportunity for
example,
food to work
masters on
quiet
the path of
wonders for our
destruction,
biological
erudition,
systems.
or the hunt can cause
Isn't that
specific
beautiful?
attacks to deal additional damage. Dividing the pot into 9 sections of nihility, harmony, preservation, or abundance can
I'm a
raise the toughness
self-confessed
reduction
chow
of
hound,
specific
Miss
attacks.
Yun-Li.
Putting learning into
Eat.
practice.
And then I leave.
You ain't going anywhere yet, Doctor.
After using her
Delicacies
ultimate,
aside,
March
let's
7th
talk
can
some
deal
more about
damage
that
to a
kid.
target enemy while
Before
improving
you
her
came under
next
General
enhanced
Facial's
basic
command,
attack.
you were
And
well known
for
in the
those who
Shinjo
are wondering what
Yaoqing's
having
alchemy
March as an
commission.
apprentice is like,
You went on to
There
cut
you
your
have
teeth as a military
March
healer
7th
with the
is
Cloud
humble and
Knights on
learns from all her
campaign for the
allies.
hunt.
During exploration,
heard you
for every
decided
time
to
a teammate uses
retire.
their technique,
Only returning
March
to
7th
service
requires a
at the
charge
personal
at the start of
request
the
of
next
the
battle.
Cauldron Master.
When using her own technique, she regenerates energy at the start of the next battle.
It must be a
I am
great
fortunate
privilege
enough
to
to be
have an
respected
apprentice
for
with
my
such
craft.
powers
Some
of
even
perception.
go so far as
Well,
to deem
get
me a
this.
miracle
Completing
cure.
specific tasks in the version
As General
2.4
Facial's
Trailblazer
strategist,
Continuance will
Zhao
unlock
Chu
March
applies his
7th
taste
the
for
hunt.
Spiced up
Once a
battlefield
month, a
tactics.
path switching option
Combat
will appear in the
is a
character
bubbling
interface for this,
broth.
with each side occupying one half of
She
Yun
certainly
Yang
does
Hot
have
Pot.
the aura
Indeed.
of a heroine.
Battles are marked by myriad changes, constantly evolving in a dance of
after
yin
the break.
and yang.
Well said, General.
They say foxes are cunning creatures. Seems like Mr. Zhao Cho is no exception. I think it's time we took a look at what our delicious doctor can do on the battlefield.
Well, about time. I am a fire-type character on the path of nihility. When using my technique during exploration, I create a special dimension. After entering battle with an enemy within the dimension, I inflict them with fire damage. And there's a possibility of following up with a stack of ashen roast debuff.
so we're cooking the enemy alive?
Ashen Roast turns up the heat by causing enemies to sustain greater damage. Any attack that Zhao Cho lands on an enemy has a chance of inflicting Ashen Roast.
Indeed. Case in point, if I were to use my skill to deal blast damage, there would be a chance of simultaneously inflicting a stack of ashen roast on the target.
Did you just throw spices into the battlefield?
Sharp eyes, General. After launching my ultimate, the battlefield becomes an enormous
Welcome
Yuan
back,
Yang hot pot.
Trailblazers. It's
The
time
enemies
we
are
took a
trapped
look.
in a searing
Version
broth,
2.4
which inflicts
is on
damage
the
on
list.
each and
As
every
the war
one.
dance approaches,
At the same
guests and
time,
visitors from
the
all
effects of
corners are
ashen roast
converging on
are
the loft
compounded
room.
for enemies
But
inflicted
not
with the
all
debuff.
are harboring
In
noble
line with the
intentions.
current highest number of
I'm sure all
stacks.
you remember a
Immediately
certain
after, a
IPC
field
representative
appears,
by
which
the name of
lasts for a
Scott.
set number of
Oh.
turns. The Alliance is
these
very
hot,
familiar
hot
with the
visuals
conduct
are
and
making me
deeds of
hungry
the
again.
IPC.
Hardly
What does
surprising.
this field do
Well,
exactly?
Scott
Enemies
is out to
within the field
demonstrate that
sustain
Xianzhou
greater ultimate
swordplay
damage.
is no match
And
for
during their
IPC
action,
tech.
there is a chance they will be
Not only
inflicted
does
by
he
a
have
stack
manipulated
of
provocation
ashen
in
roast.
store, but also
it would
wants to
follow
assert
that
his
if,
authority in
for
battle.
example, Acheron were on the team,
I think
you
me
would
and
be
old
able to
Metal
help her
owe this
acquire
guy a
ultimate
beating.
charges more
Or
quickly.
10.
Hold
Absolutely
your horses,
right.
Miss Yunli.
Nice of you
As
to
a matter
invite
of
the enemy
fact,
to dinner
Your
before showing them
apprentice
the
got
door.
a little
The last
impulsive
meal they'll ever
and
experience.
took up the challenge.
Word of advice?
She's due to face off
Order
against
out
her
next time,
opponent
fellas.
in just 15 days' time. Well, we've got to
familiar
know
turn
new
of
friends
events.
from both the Zhuming
Are
and the
we able to
Yaoqing.
assist Miss March in this
Let's
endeavor?
turn our gaze to
course.
the version
To help our
2.4
defeat
banner
this
info.
IPC.
In version
Right,
2.4's first half
Trailblazers
will
will
take
take
up the position of
Trailblazers can
personal
acquire
the limited 5-star
gold,
character
develop
Yun Li. 15-day crash course in swordplay.
15 days,
5-star light
crash
cone, dance at
course.
sunset,
Mr.
and Night of
Albert,
Fright
have you
will
heard
be
the proverb,
A
haste
cat is
makes
a human's
waste?
best friend. You heard the proverb when
You
needs
certainly have a
must.
cat-like energy to
Between
you,
me
Miss
and
Yun Li.
Yunli, we've got the
Let's move
sword
swiftly
skills
on
to
to this
provide the
version's
best
second
crash
half will
course
prevent.
in town.
which boosts limited 5-star
Well,
characters,
balance
Zhao
training
Cho,
also
and
requires
Masked Fool
rest,
Sparkle.
relaxation,
The drop
and
rates for
fun.
the limited 5-star light cones,
fabled
those many
work-life
springs,
balance.
and earthly escapade will
Sounds
be
like you've got
boosted.
to figure it out, Miss Yuli.
Another
Results
eye-opening
are your
moment for
money
our
back.
Foxtrot
I have a feeling
Moments
Miss
spent
March
in
will
the
have some
cool shade of an old
fortuitous
tree should
encounters
be
and
used for
crucial
admiring
assistance
the
along the way.
surrounding scenery.
Couldn't agree
I
more.
might just have to offer a
And I almost
helping
forgot.
hand myself.
The version 2.4
The encounters and
war banner
sword
will
training
feature a
experiences
familiar
that March
face on the
accumulates
four-star light
will
code.
dictate the nature of the story's
Poised
conclusion.
to blue.
The end result
She
will
has the
always
presence of
be
a true
solo
sword
confrontation with Scott. Though
Someone's been
the
taking their
nature of the
training
showdown
seriously.
will also vary accordingly.
Without further ado, let's take a closer look at
Trailblazers
the
can
fruits of
acquire
March
Stellar
7th's
Jade
journey
and
as a sword master
March
apprentice.
7th, the Hunt's Eidolon.
With the combined assistance of her friends, surely Miss March will prevail over Scott.
Absolutely?
As long as a sword master is worthy of the sword in their hand, they have nothing to worry about.
Wise words indeed, Miss Yunli.
Oh.
Let's move on to another event. After leaving Penacony, I'm sure Trailblazers will remember with fondness their
On returning to
old
the
friends,
Cienjo,
the
March
Trash
7th is
Cans.
brimming
It
with
would seem
excitement
these
for the
old
upcoming war
friends have
dance.
appeared on the
Decides to learn
Cienjo.
swordplay
Up
from
here
Masters
they
Yun
have.
Li, and a medical
Yan
intern
Xing.
from Penacony is on the lookout for
I
an
still
assistant.
vividly remember
Their goal?
instructing Yang
To
Qing
complete
in the
a
way of the
series
sword.
shoots to uncover the
Now
secrets
he's
of
already
March.
passing on his
Wait,
knowledge to
what?
others.
They're doing a trash
How
can
time
shoot?
flies. You better
March
believe
7th
it.
might be a
The
rookie,
intern in
but
question
she's
is
also a
Randall.
natural.
And
Her
just like the
master.
Trailblazers, they're a trash
Taught her
can
the best in zooming
enthusiast.
swordplay.
If you spend
So,
enough time in the
naturally, she's
cosmos,
made
there's
quick
nobody you
progress.
won't encounter.
Yang
Trash can
Qing is also
enthusiasts?
March 7th's master.
Comes with the
To
territory.
deprive an inquiring
During the
mind
event,
of tuition,
Trailblazers must
not in
use
his
the
nature.
photography software
right
provided
you
by
are,
Randolph
General.
to
I
take
heard that
pictures
March
of
7th
trash
was a
cans
bow and
hidden
arrow
among the
user?
crowds.
Brave of her to
Different
take up the
trash
sword
cans
and
mean different
no
points.
doubt a
With some
challenge
trash
for her
cans
masters.
even adopting
I'll
special
say.
movements. Not to mention
Do
Yuli
your
and
best to get
Yan
them all
Qing's
on
swordplay
film to
isn't
maximize your
exactly
points
similar. And complete the stage
March
objectives.
7th end up with a
And
weird
a
mix of
friendly
styles.
reminder, trash cans
you're
may appear
overthinking
unexpectedly and without
You're
warning.
dedicated to the sword.
Trailblazers
just
wishing
need
to
to
catch them all
swing
will
it.
need their wits about them.
Follow
Now
the
this event
sword and
isn't
victory
confined to
will
the
follow.
Cienjo.
Your
Well,
old friends
we've
have
done a lot of
also
talking.
appeared in
Time to
Bellabog.
see March 7th
Rumor
sword
has
blade
it that
action.
Bellabog
March
inhabitants
7th,
have
the
recently
Hunt's
been
basic
attacked
attack
by
deals
a shadow
imaginary
unknown
damage.
origin.
When using her
To resolve
skill,
this case,
March
our
7th
trash
selects
can
a
friends
teammate
need
as
the
master
strength of
and presents them with a
Trailblazers and
special
Bellabogians
beverage to
alike.
increase their speed.
That's the end of the trash can
As a
related content
promising
for
young
this
student,
version.
March 7th has a keen
Right?
understanding of her master's
speak too
style.
soon.
When her
In
master
the
launches an attack
Trailblaze
or ultimate,
Friendship is
March
Magic
7th
event.
acquires charges.
Trailblazers need to
When
use
charges
specific
reach a set
characters
number
to
of
play
stats,
the role
she
of
immediately
magician.
takes action again and
Summon a
obtains an
special
enhanced
trash
basic
can
attack.
comrade,
Her enhanced basic
Letter
attack deals set
Pony,
hits of
to
damage
fight
to a target
alongside
enemy.
them.
A
With a
trash
chance
can
of
summoning
dealing
further hits. Magician.
Just a chance?
She's a rookie,
Does
remember?
this sorcerer
Her
have
moves
any
might be a
other
little rusty,
notable
but they can
abilities?
surprise
Of
you all the
course.
same. The magician's skill
Depending on her
and
master's
ultimate
path,
will
her
acquire
specific
all
attacks
new combat
possess
effects
additional
with the
effects.
power to
That's
command
right.
mini
For
cans
example,
during battle.
Masters
The
on
mini
the
cans
paths of
attack and talent
destruction,
abilities will
erudition,
depend on which
or the
character
hunt
was used to
can
summon
cause
them,
specific
adding further
attacks to
layers
deal
to the combat
additional damage.
experience.
And
For
masters on the
the
paths of
skills of certain
nihility,
magicians summon
harmony,
mini cans into the
preservation, or
battlefield
abundance
up to a
can
maximum of
raise
5.
the toughness
The more mini
reduction
cans
of
on the
specific
battlefield,
attacks.
the higher the
Putting
attack,
learning
and
in
the more
practice.
energy regenerated for the magician.
Classic trash warfare.
After
Well, get
using
this.
her
Some
ultimate,
mini cans
March
can even
7th
enter
can
an
deal
ultra
damage to a
gold
target
state and
enemy while
receive extra
improving her
buffs.
next enhanced
We've
basic
only
attack.
scratched the surface.
And
Trailblazers
those
who
who
wish
are
to test the
wondering what
limits of
having
magical
March as
trash
an
can
apprentice
strength
is
can
like,
do so in
there you have it.
game.
March 7th is humble and learns
The
from all
event
her
will
allies.
launch a new challenge
During
stage
exploration,
D,
for
with
every
5
time a
stages
teammate
total,
uses
and
their
each
technique,
stage split
March
into
7th
2
acquires a
difficulties.
charge at the
After
start of the
completing
next
the
battle.
initiation trial
When using her
challenge,
own technique,
Trailblazers can
she
unlock the
regenerates
official trial
energy at the start
difficulty
of the
for an
next
even
battle.
harder
It must
task.
be a great privilege
on
to
the
have an
battlefield,
apprentice with
friends.
such powers of perception.
Well, get this. Completing specific
Don't go into
tasks in the version
Trailblazers.
2.4's
More
Trailblaze
exciting
Continuance
updates
will
after
unlock
the
March
following
7th, the
broadcast.
Hunt. Once unlocked, a path switching option will appear in the character interface for this.
That's my apprentice.
She certainly does have the aura of a heroine.
I think we could all use a lie down. More exciting updates after the break. Welcome back, y'all. As always, in version 2.4, we'll be seeing the return of 10 free warps in the Gift of Odyssey check-in event.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Some comforts are here to stay.
And of
Welcome
course,
back,
there's also the
Trailblazers.
double
It's
events.
time we
Plainer
took a look.
Fisher and Garden
Version
of Plenty.
2.4
Remember
is
to
all new
complete the
event.
simulated
As the
universe
war
or
dance
divergent
approaches,
universe
Guests
for
and
double
visitors from
planar
all corners
ornaments.
are converging on the raw food.
And we haven't even got to this version's
All
system
harboring noble
optimizations yet.
intentions, starting with
I'm
the
sure
relic
all
system.
you remember
When
a
using the
certain
filter
IPC
function to screen
representative
relics
by the name
already
of
in your
Scott.
possession,
Oh,
filter
the
choices can
Alliance
be
is
saved
very
for a
familiar
faster
with the
selection
conduct
process.
and deeds of the
Meanwhile,
IPC.
in the relic
Hardly
inventory,
surprising.
Trailblazers will find new
Well,
quick
Scott
lock and
is out
quick
to
discard
demonstrate that
functions.
Cienjo
When choosing relics
Swordblade
for a
is no match for
relics will be
IPC
sorted
tech.
according to the
Ooh,
character's
not
relic
only
set
does he have a
prioritization,
mechanism
with the
in
most
store,
suitable
but
relics
also wants
appearing
to assert
first.
his authority. There's also
For
a new
real?
feature for
I
relic
think me and old
substat
Belle owed this guy a
recommendations.
beating. By using the recommended relics feature,
Hold your
not
horses,
only
Miss
can
Yunli.
Trailblazers view a character's
matter
most
of fact,
frequently used relic
your
set,
apprentice
but also
got
the
a little
recommended
impulsive
main and subsidiary
took up the
stats.
challenge.
And finally,
She's due to face off
when
against her
checking
opponent
Simulated
in just
Universe
15
Interface
days'
and
time.
Cavern of
A
Corrosion in the familiar turn of Terrestrial events. Peace Guide, are we
Trailblazers
able to
can
assist
see
Miss March in this endeavor
recommended
characters.
for
Of
the
course.
relics in question?
To help March
I'll
defeat
consider
this
it.
IPC now,
To allow Trailblazers to come
Trailblazers
into
will take up the
faster
position of
contact
personal
with
trainer.
new versions,
The
captivating
goal
events,
and time-limited
15-day
rewards.
crash course.
2.4 has added an advanced access
15
feature
days,
for both Trailblaze
crash
continuance and
course.
events.
So
Mr.
if a
Albert,
trailblazer
have you
doesn't
heard the
meet
proverb,
prerequisite
haste
conditions for a
makes
given
waste?
event,
Have you
they
heard
can
the
still
proverb
experience the
when
new
needs
versions,
must?
events, and
Between
missions?
me and you,
You got
we've
it.
got the sword skills to
Trailblazers
provide
who've
the best
reached level
crash
21
course in town.
will see a Play Now icon
Still,
appear on the
balance
event
training
page for
also
events with
requires
advanced
rest,
access eligibility.
relaxation,
Just
and
select the
fun.
icon to join the experience.
Now that's an optimization. Ready
Sounds like
and
you've got it
waiting.
figured out, Miss Yunli.
Ooh.
Results
In the mission catalog,
money back.
missions
I
with
have a
early
feeling Miss
access
March will have
feature
some
a special
fortuitous
icon.
encounters
Maps
and
yet to be
crucial
unlocked will
assistance
get
along the
temporary
way.
map teleportation access.
I might
while
just have
also
to offer a
featuring
helping
a
hand
special
myself.
icon.
The encounters and
Trailblazers can
sword
freely
training
switch between the
experiences that
displays
March
for the
accumulates
normal map
will
and the
dictate the
temporary
nature of
maps
the
unlocked
story's
as a
conclusion.
result of
The end
advanced
result will
access of
always
event
be
activation.
solo
And what if
confrontation with
Trailblazers
Scott,
achieve the normal event
though
activation
the nature of
requirements
the
during the
showdown
course of early
will
access?
also vary
Good question.
accordingly.
Following
In that
the
case,
ending,
the event will
Trailblazers
terminate the
can
advanced
acquire
activation
Stellar
stage
Jade
and the
and
temporary map
March
channel
7th,
will
the
close.
Hunt's Idolon.
With the
However,
combined assistance of her
game data
friends,
will be
surely
retained
Miss
and
March will
Trailblazers can
prevail
continue
over
participating in
Scott.
gameplay as normal through
Absolutely.
the event stream.
As
Which is
long
when
as a
I
sword
get my
master
hands
is
on the
worthy of
limited
the sword
time
in their
event
hand,
rewards.
In
have
other
nothing
news,
to worry
in the
about.
not too
Wise
distant
words
future,
indeed,
a
Miss
new
Yunli.
episode
Oh.
of Knowing the Universe will be
Let's move
upon
on
us.
to
We've
another
invited
event.
celebrated novelist
leaving
Yoshiki
Penacony,
Tanaka to
I'm
be
sure
with us
Trailblazers
on the
will remember
program.
with fondness
Together,
their
we'll be
unpredictable
exploring
old
thoughts
friends,
and
the
imaginings on the
Trash
subject of
It
the
would seem
boundless
these
universe.
old friends have appeared on the
A
Cienjo.
huge thank you to
A
Mr.
beer they
Tanaka for
have.
his
And
participation.
a medical intern from Penacony is on the
Can't wait to see
lookout for
that
an assistant.
episode. Their goal
And
to
finally,
complete a series of shoots to
intel
uncover
on
the
a
secrets of
mysterious
collaboration destined for launch
doing
in
a trash can
2025.
You better believe it. The intern in question is Randolph.
Impact!
And just like the
For more
Trailblazers,
info,
they're
stay
a
tuned
trash
for
can
official announcements,
enthusiast.
Trailblazers.
If you spend enough time in the
That
cosmos,
brings us
there's
to the
nobody
end
you won't
of the version
encounter.
2.4
Trash can
special program.
enthusiasts comes with the territory.
Returning
During
to the
the event,
Cienjo, getting to know
Trailblazers must
new
use the
Cienjo
photography
friends.
software provided by
guys should know how
Randolph
to
to
get
take
an old owl
pictures of
excited.
trash
Will March
cans
be
hidden
able to
among the
perfect her
crowds.
sword
Different
play?
trash
Three
cans mean
Cienjo
different
generals
points.
in the same
With some
place
trash
at the
cans
same
even
time.
adopting special
Who
moves.
knows what kind of stories will unfold?
Do your best to get them all on film to
Let
maximize
us
your
all
points
bear
and complete the
witness to the
stage
future
objective.
of the Cienjo. And a friendly reminder,
See you in the
trash
next one,
cans may appear
Trailblazers.
unexpectedly and
Until
without
next
warning.
time.
See you
then.
Trailblazers wishing to catch them all will need their wits about them.
Now, this event isn't confined to the Cienjo. Your old friends have also appeared in Bellabog.
Rumor has it that Bellabog inhabitants have recently been attacked by a shadow of unknown origin.
To resolve this case, our trash can friends need the strength of Trailblazers and Bellabogians alike.
And that's the end of the trash can related content for this version. Right?
Don't speak too soon.
In the Trailblaze
Friendship is Magic event. Trailblazers need to use specific characters to play the role of magician and summon a special trash can comrade, Letter Pony, to fight alongside them.
A trash can summoning magician. Does this sorcerer have any other notable abilities?
Of course! The magician's skill and ultimate will acquire all new combat effects with the power to command minicans during battle. The minicans' attack and talent abilities will depend on which character was used to summon them, adding further layers to the combat experience. For example, the skills of certain magicians summon minicans onto the battlefield up to a maximum of 5. The more minicans on the battlefield, the higher the attack and the more energy regenerated for the magician.
Classic trash warfare.
Well, get this. Some minicans can even enter an ultra gold state and receive extra buffs. And we've only scratched the surface. Trailblazers who wish to test the limits of magical trash can strength can do so in-game. The event will launch a new challenge stage daily, with 5 stages total and each stage split into 2 difficulties. After completing the Initiation Trial Challenge, Trailblazers can unlock the official trial difficulty for an even harder test.
See you on the battlefield, friends.
I need another breather. Don't go anywhere, Trailblazers. More exciting updates after the following broadcast. Welcome back, y'all! As always, in version 2.4, we'll be seeing the return of 10 free warps in the Gifted Odyssey check-in event.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Some comforts are here to stay.
And of course, there's also the double events. Planar Fisher and Garden of Plenty.
Remember to complete the simulated universe or divergent universe for double planar ornaments.
Mm-hmm. And we haven't even got to this version's system optimizations yet, starting with the relic system. When using the filter function to screen relics already in your possession, filter choices can be saved for a faster selection process. Meanwhile, in the relic inventory, Trailblazers will find new quick lock and quick discard functions. When choosing relics for a character, relics will be sorted according to the character's relic set prioritization, with the most suitable relics appearing first. There's also a new feature for relic substat recommendations.
By using the recommended relics feature, not only can Trailblazers view a character's most frequently used relic set, but also the recommended main and subsidiary stats.
And finally, when checking Simulated Universe Interface and Cavern of Corrosion in the Interastral Peace Guide, Trailblazers can see recommended characters for the relics in question.
How considerate.
Now, to allow Trailblazers to come into faster contact with new versions, captivating events, and time-limited rewards, 2.4 has added an advanced access feature for both Trailblaze Continuance and events.
So if a Trailblazer doesn't meet the prerequisite conditions for a given event, they can still experience the new version's events and missions?
You got it! Trailblazers who've reached level 21 will see a Play Now icon appear on the event page for events with advanced access eligibility. Just select the icon to join the experience.
Now that's an optimization. Ready and waiting.
Ooh.
In the mission catalog, Missions with early access will feature a special icon. Maps yet to be unlocked will get temporary map teleportation access, while also featuring a special icon. Trailblazers can freely switch between the displays for the normal map and the temporary maps unlocked as a result of advanced access event activation.
And what if Trailblazers achieve the normal event activation requirements during the course of early access?
Good question. In that case, the event will terminate the advanced activation state and the temporary map channel will close. However, game data will be retained and Trailblazers can continue participating in gameplay as normal through the event stream.
Which is when I get my hands on the limited time event rewards.
In other news, in the not-too-distant future, a new episode of Knowing the Universe will be upon us. We've invited celebrated novelist Yoshiki Tanaka to be with us on the program. Together, we'll be exploring thoughts and imaginings on the subject of the boundless universe. A huge thank you to Mr. Tanaka for his participation. Man, I can't wait to see that episode. And finally, intel on a mysterious collaboration destined for launch in 2025.
Oh?
Bracing for impact!
For more info, stay tuned for official announcements, Trailblazers. Whew. That brings us to the end of the version 2.4 special program. Returning to the Cienjo, getting to know new Cienjo friends. You guys sure know how to get an old owl excited.
Will March be able to perfect her sword play?
3 Xianzhou generals in the same place at the same time. Who knows what kind of stories will unfold?
Let us all bear witness to the future of the Xianzhou Luofu.
See you in the next one, Trailblazers.
Till next time.
See you next
then.
time.
Alô? Fala galera, beleza? Estamos aqui, finalizamos aqui mais um evento do Star Rail e só para mostrar aqui para vocês, né, para quem perdeu, só para mostrar aqui para vocês, vamos ver se a gente consegue mostrar novamente, né, que nós tivemos como de costume 3 códigos. Nós tivemos aí 3 códigos, tá, galera? Como de costume, né? Para quem não conseguiu pegar, tá? Para quem não conseguiu pegar o primeiro, só tô voltando aqui só voltando aqui para mostrar para vocês, ok? Alô? Galera? Só voltando aqui para mostrar para vocês que tem o primeiro, né, o primeiro código. Vamos aqui encontrar aqui rapidamente o segundo código, só para que vocês consigam pegar. Focar aqui no código. Cadê? Também gostei disso, né? Porque já mostrou até os banners, né? Como é que vai ser os bannerzinhos, né?
Let's turn our gaze to the version 2.0.
Né? Aqui, o primeiro banner e depois o segundo. Deixa eu ver, cadê? Acho que passou. aqui um pouquinho. Aqui tá o primeiro. O segundo tinha que estar aqui por aqui da metade. Vamos ver se foi depois deles anunciarem essa segunda versão da 7 de março. Aqui. Esse aqui é o segundo código, tá, galera? Esse aqui já é o segundo código, tá? Segundo código aqui pra gente. Então, e vamos pro último código. Tá aqui o último código. Ok, galera? O último código aqui. O último código é esse aqui. Então é isso aí, galera, que eu queria mostrar aqui pra vocês, né? Vou deixar aí passando aí, mas como tá mutado, tá, galera? Então é isso que eu queria passar aqui pra vocês, tá? Espero que vocês tenham curtido, que vocês tenham gostado. Toda vez que acontece, né, essas lives, e ainda mais do Star Rail, eu procuro sempre estar fazendo, porque é um jogo que hoje eu jogo praticamente todos os dias, e sempre que acontece essas lives assim, eu acho interessante transmiti-las. Beleza, galera? Então, espero que vocês tenham gostado. Até a próxima. Valeu e é nóis. Valeu. Não deixem de usar o código, hein? O código é até amanhã, tá? Amanhã, meia-noite. Não deixem de usar o código. Falou, galera. Até a próxima.